Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I keep forgetting I'm muted. Sorry, we're starting the stream, Tales of Arise. I did the side quest when you first entered Lenegis where you talk to people about the different houses they like, and in fact, if I remember... Right, it's that one. So we did that. And it was a little boring, and I did not glean much additional information from that. But whatever. So, I have been... Right, what are we doing? We are exploring. We are seeing what there is to see in this here land. What is there to see in this here land? This movie. Small children. The nice cellos going in the background.
Doe?
Faria.
Faria? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
Why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already.
What is the attitude? Holy shit!
Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your
Hey,
position
we've seen that
forward,
flashback, so don't even.
You still... kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
What a
Of course.
bitch.
You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit.
Wow.
But let me tell you, I haven't changed either.
Hydrate.
Days gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Yo, fuck you!
What the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Okay, Striker, chill with the hydrating.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else.
No. What are you talking about
You're
running
just
away?
a coward.
What are you talking about running away? And I've seen this flashback. I've seen that flashback, so you know as well as I do. Ooh. Oops. Oops. Oops.
Dohalim.
Ignore that bitch. What the
I
fuck?
apologize that you had to witness
Why is that
that.
the first thing that happens when we start up today?
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
We have killed loads of people, don't even.
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
We have killed loads of people in this game, don't
Before,
even.
back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
We've
The
seen that
mistakes I made
flashback,
there
so
were
we
not
know
my
that's
first,
not
and
entirely
may
his
not be
fault.
my last. I will say no more.
Yeah, don't push him.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
Huh, like
She
here's your
has
choice.
more right to my life than anyone.
No, she doesn't. Fuck
But
you.
you can't just...
I own this game.
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides,
She
you
can
have just
try
as
to
much
kill
reason
him.
to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
She... Bro, don't say that. Come on.
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Why is he having this, like, depressing character arc now? What the fuck? We've been traveling together for ages. Also, how did I get over here? That funny bitch still there. Where is she? Show yourself. And your shit's still on fire, by the way. Thought there was something there. Okay, nothing over here. it's a bunch of children fighting Zoogles! Okay. Cool. Children doing children things. Orange gel. Man, she is a bitch. Did you come crawling back from the crown contest? That's a really weird assumption to make. What if he had official business here, bitch? What if he became your lord? What if he became your ruler? What would you do? What would you do? Oh, wow. Hello, gate. Alright, saw a person again. Okay, we're back. You gotta check all the nooks and crannies. We can't be missing stuff. Too late in the game to be missing stuff. Tofu? Feeding pen is in bad shape. We're definitely gonna have to fight some Zoogles. Look at that sad. Bro, I'm sorry, the architecture here is just sad. Like, look at your sad little fucking trees. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. Dreary AF. The space. You got artificial clouds. Does it rain here? I feel like it would be odd if it did. But this is probably a perfectly acclimated place.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
What?
Yeah. It must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
It's alright.
Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
It's alright. It's not that great. We've seen
Is
better.
something the matter, Dohalim?
Yeah, the bitch yelled at him.
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together.
And then they died.
Avakir, Faria, and Tarnigan. That was a lifetime ago now.
We can still play music.
Tarnigan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed.
Oh, that's why you hated her. No, she hates you. We've seen the flashback though. He
Despite
attacked you.
Faria's lower class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnigan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing.
Does he play violin?
Only the next
Because that
song.
wasn't his powers.
The next melody.
Oh, they all do. Oh, look at him! Ha!
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
Ooh, good kid. Good
I
kid.
suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
She didn't say that!
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes
And
of
you're
my
still a
own
good
heart.
boy. And we love you.
And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnigan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord.
And he
Tarnigan
fell?
had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society.
Okay, reasonable.
But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnigan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less.
We don't give a shit
She
about
would
this
have
bitch.
been devastated.
Oh!
So instead you let her go on hating you. So she could use that hate as a crutch for her
So?
grief?
You wanna give a shit how this bitch feels?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. Instead, I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done.
Okay,
As for what happened after,
calm down.
that you already know.
Honey.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
And I'd like to point out that if he hadn't become Lord, and his friend had, we definitely would have killed his friend anyway. In the quest to kill all the lords. And then Dohalim would have actually been our enemy.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim.
Literally, you have resuscitation.
You
You've saved so
saved
many
me.
people.
It's thanks to you that I'm here today.
So many people. You have resuscitation.
So, try not
We
to
are
blame
dependent
yourself.
upon you in combat.
The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for any...
Which, by the way, still really weird to me that Rinwell could not use healing arts or healing spells. And they can. Because Renans only have access to darkness element, and Danans only have access to the light element, and yet Rinwell can't learn healing spells. But Shion and Dohalim can.
one to bear.
Frank as always.
A little weird. Doesn't make sense.
I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Especially since healing arts are typically considered a water or light or holy element. Ass. Kisara's ass.
Do you think he'll be alright?
He'll be fine.
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
Right, right.
It's important to have someone like that.
If they don't have
realize
an
how difficult
unspoken
it is
crush for
just
each other
to
like
be
y'all.
there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
He does, he does. He knows we love him. We love him so much.
I hope you're right.
So much we love him. Our precious boy. Who's this bitch? Someone watching us from the shadows.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support
Oh my god.
me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep
The
going
sudden,
at times
the
that I
sudden
can't
heartfelt
Maybe,
communication.
but I still wanted to say thank you.
Hold on. Oh god. I almost choked. Okay. Let's investigate. Hey, how are you? Hey, BF4! How are you? You asked me that first. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? I'm good. I got a lot done today. I'm very proud of myself. I actually did some cleaning like I was supposed to. Instead of procrastinating, my ADHD gets the better of me a lot. But I managed to do it. Managed to employ willpower. Did some grocery shopping. Did some other things I needed to do. So today has overall been a productive day and I'm proud of it. I went to a nearby Asian market and I got a lot of delicious, wonderful Asian snacks. And I have stored them
I
at
see a
home.
medic and supply officer over
They're
there.
delicious.
If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
I'm sorry, is that where we're sleeping in? Is that what we're sleeping in? I made ice cream, right? Have I made ice cream before? I can't remember if I've made ice cream or not. I'm like 98% certain I have.
Easy peasy. I knew it.
Well, that sounds good. It is. And, now, how are you? BF4. How was your day been? Also, we're playing Tales of Rise. Lance! Oh, actually, hold on. I want to sort by... There we go. Alright, let's make sure. This is the first time they've introduced a Panacean bottle. I'm fine-ish. I have a very bad neck pain. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have an injury or did you lay wrong? It is suspicious that they've now introduced the Panacean bottle. I mean, we know Cure. We can cast Cure. It's very strange to me they've introduced that. I'm gonna stack up on it only because that's suspicious. Let me find this. Oh, why did I buy hockey bottles? That's not what I wanted. Let me go back and stock this. Do we have? Okay, yeah, we're stocked on life bottles. I don't foresee us using the happy bottle, honestly. I don't foresee that. Okay, so it's kind of good. I'll get it for Ringwell and Law. It's not that great for anybody else. Actually, it only goes down a little bit. It evens out pretty well. Let's do it. Okay. What can we forge? Right, so I need Dark Mane for that. Historia Rena. I need Dark Mane. He's got those. Ooh, I need one more Mantled Claw. Where the fuck did I get that? Where did I get that? So, Mantled Claws and Dark Mane. Did I get those from playing Mantises? I don't know. How's the ranch doing? Okay, doing okay, doing okay. Nice. should be fine.
You can never be too prepared. But
You're gonna say the shit about spending money, and I'm
spend
gonna
so
tell
much?
you. I woke up with it not. I woke up with it. Not sure why. Okay, well, I hope it gets better.
Damn it. Lennigus soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
Why would we have to fight
Depends
them?
on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Why would we have to?
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight. Oh,
I am Lord Dohalim of Elder Menencia. I command you.
Threats to the city must be erased.
No,
How are we a threat?
have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
How are we a threat?
Strong.
then I'll split it open.
Be my guest.
We'll soon see about that.
My shield?
Like, how are we a threat? Also, what is your... Nothing, apparently. Mine.
Now for something special.
All yours, Star.
Shink! Oh. They pissed Alpha off. They done goofed. They done goofed and they pissed the boy off. Doubly.
Radiant Citizen! Here's a healing art.
Okay, one more.
Sweet now.
Can't get out of this.
Not in your dreams.
Far enough.
Bah!
Demons descend!
Law, baby. My sweet, my love. Why would they just fight us?
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lennigus hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zoogles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Harros. The ones in blind devotion to
Oh,
Volron.
Volron's definitely still
I've
around.
never seen anything like that here on Lennigus before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here. And the soldiers are their way of letting us
Volron
know.
is still around.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries.
Volron is around. Don't
At
worry
least
about
we'll
it.
know to keep our wits about us.
Okay, that's not what I needed, but cool. It's the first fight we've had in this. Ooh, okay. It's a big area. Alright. Let's go. Ooh! That's a big man! Oh. I hear an owl. Who is owlfing? Alright, keep in mind, that boy is there. Who is owlfing?
That's no ordinary enemy.
Force?
This one
Oh, it's a dark type.
will be difficult to predict.
That's okay. I know. I know arts. I know things. Oh, so they've grouped lightning and light into just one thing. I missed.
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
I never miss. And here.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
I have a weakness. Now, why would you switch up the one that's about to die? Ah! Ooh, they pissed the boy off again.
this!
Do it! Alvin! Astral
Get it!
energy!
Say no more.
Nice. Oh, I didn't realize we killed all the other ones.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well,
There's the
look
dark
who's in a
main.
bright and shiny mood.
Ooh, fuck. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hello, sir. How are you?
Out of our
Goes to fight the darkness or
way!
Right, it actually makes sense that they would be darkness because we're on like this.
Not on my watch! In here! Water! Hear my cry! In here! Holy land!
Take this!
Glacial spear!
Now you see what I can do!
Feel it! Blah 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 magic!
Ooh.
Feel!
Y'all should not be getting hit by this bitch.
That could easily be fatal.
Just this way.
Get fucked, bitch!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Dragon
Blah 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 magic! Weak now!
Die!
Blah blah blah!
Rending you apart!
Weak now!
Take this!
Holy land! Healing circle! Here's another!
Sorry,
One last one! Blah blah blah! Burning! Blah blah blah! Nothing gets by me!
Can you take it?
Fire! Where are you going? You get this! Sleep now! Holy land!
yours to be let
You get
free!
this! Sleep now! Healing circle! In here! Lunar blast! Here's another!
In a bind?
Come on.
Here goes!
Win! Denied!
Lightning contest!
Ooh, Shian's got it. Come on, Shian. Activate. Come on. He's almost dead. Come on, you're literally glowing. Woo! We got shit on. There you go, girl. There you go.
Die! Consuming wildfire! Better! Here's a healing art! Lightning contest! Lightning
Oh
contest!
shit.
Sleep now!
Damn, he is a strong boy. No, that's fine. He's a strong boy. He's about to die. He's scared.
In a bind?
Water still got my weapon use! Glacial spear!
Come on. There we go. Come on.
Say no more!
You should not be dying twice in a fight to that thing.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
What did we get? Manta Claw. I needed that too.
But opponent like... This should be easy. I see one, eh?
That'll bring you down!
Seismic Florida!
No, sorry.
Shield will save you! Holy land! Spirit flame! Go get it! One last one! You get this! Healing circle! Take Thunder ray!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Blah blah blah! Divine!
Astral Art?
That's my
Not for
healing!
long.
Shut him down!
Can't get out of this!
Go get it! Lightning contest! Finish with the lightning contest!
Our incantation ruined.
How dare you? How dare you have that part of me?
Here!
They smite
Not
with
today!
Into the one with the stockpile! Left away! Go get
We
it!
need law for this one.
Not on my watch!
Oh, now you have fucked
Raging
up.
cascade! I'll take it from here!
There we go.
Let's see how you handle this!
There's girly.
Deus roar! Where are you going?
I can carve through armor! My
Lightning
take
contest!
this!
Law!
Get it, Law!
Flashing
Get it!
Magic attack!
in a bind?
we get a heal effect for that? That was cool.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Buggies? Buggies. It's over here. We'll come back to buggies later. Shortcake recipe. Okay. Oh my god, it's these things. Fuck.
Hi, Hoodle.
Let's deal with this bitch first.
Sleep now.
Not today!
Healing circle. Not on my watch.
Rising Wyvern!
Thanks so much. Here's denied.
She got him.
Go get it.
Take this!
Lightning condemned. Thunderblade. Lunar corruption. Lightning condemned. In the sky, it's mine. Sleep now. Holy land.
Not
Get the
today!
fuck away from me.
Here goes. Take that. Here's a healer. Not on my watch.
There it is!
Back in
Small,
Ooh, we got a
but
dupe
a
on it.
victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
It's cool. We're getting all the stuff we
Those
need.
soldiers
Cool
don't seem to
weapons.
have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Oh,
Is
it's another,
someone-
it's another mantis.
Go
It's another
no
mantis.
further.
Ouch!
Take this! Take
I
this!
think I'll pass on the handshake. Lightning. Far enough. Lightning control.
Right, we gotta stay on our toes with this one.
Through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Magic is in. Healing circle. Searing flare.
Die!
Take that.
Eat dirt!
Thunder bloody. Sleep now. Not on my watch. Holy land. Glacial spear. Here's evil.
No further!
Here's another. Blah blah blah. Sleep now.
Rising Wyvern! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Good! I'll leave it to you! Everlasting darkness! Negative gain! On your carve through armor! Coming through!
Okay.
Ha!
I mean, he gets hit and then he does cool stuff, so it's fine.
Scarlet Inferno!
It's fine.
Lightning condemned. Seal.
Put a flame inside me!
You need to chill, you fuck.
Holy land. Here's the evil. Seal.
I'm holding on to this there until it does something.
Now here's a healing mark. Here goes. Not on my watch. Here goes. Here's another. Searing flare. Damn it. Out of ammo. Lightning condemned. Seal. Healing circle. Holy land. Ready and ready.
Soaring blast! I have no limits!
He has no limits.
Seal.
Oh, Alpha's down.
Here's another. Lightning condemned. Far enough.
Stop it! None of that bullshit.
Holy land. Eat dirt. Here goes. Glacial spear. This one's mine. One more. Not in your dreams.
In a bind?
Lightning condemned. Here's a healing arm. In here.
Come on. Come on, Alpha. Stick with it.
Take that. Healing lightning condemned. In here. Holy land. Do it.
Bow!
Demons descend. Flashing.
It's like a little mini boss that you keep fighting. Get good stuff from it, so it's cool.
A hard-won victory.
Okay, this way. Our livestock has reached maturity. Right, okay. Oofers? Okay, lots of oofers. Many oofers.
Lightning condemned. Sleep now. Nothing gets by me. Here's magic is there. Sleep now.
That's because it is a wolf. You fool.
Blah blah blah. Here, let me help. Take that. Bullseye.
Woo!
Lightning condensed.
Woo! Bro, I can only like barely see it enough the corner of my fucking eye.
In here.
They're quick. They are some quick enemies.
Scarlet Inferno! Here I come! This one's mine!
You shan't touch. Do not touch. Come on, my head. Fuck up. Enough.
Take this!
In here.
Swallow blade!
Goodbye. Not on my watch. Here's another. Do it.
Get the bitch.
Control energy.
Say no more!
Lightning condensed.
There we go. Gosh. Hello, human. Hey, Overproof. How are you? How are you doing? It's been a while. Are you not human? You cat? Okay, lots of goodies in here. Hello. Nope, not that. Red sage, you say? 39, 363, 5, 3, 5. Okay, we're doing good. Let's go. Yeah, pretty busy. I understand. I understand. It's that time of year. It's the busy time of year.
Let's dispose of the trash.
No further!
Enough!
Here's a healing art.
I can carve through!
If you won't bow out nice, then you leave me no choice.
Bring him down!
In here. Seal. Divide.
Die! There it is.
Energy.
Say no more!
Not on my watch. Lightning can hear my call. Seal. Where are you going? This is it. Here goes.
In a
You
vine?
need to stop
Lightning condensed.
I'm ready!
Sleep now.
moving far too much.
Now.
Consider yourself finished!
Oh, I'm sorry. When did the other guy die? Didn't get a shift today for my part-time, so the reason I have a little time. Well, you know, money, but also that's good. Get some rest. Is this Tales of Arise? Looks different. No, this is Tales of Arise. We've just come a very long way. We've just come a very long way.
Go no further.
Oh my god, they're so
Magic is down. Holy land.
Take down their defenses!
One more. Bullseye. Lightning condensed. Sleep now.
right.
I don't even
What were you? What were you shooting at just now?
Ready the healing art.
There ain't nobody over there.
Go get it.
Ignite!
Lightning condensed. Seal.
No
There ain't nobody over there.
In here. You get the gist.
Shion!
Energy. Full throttle. Lightning condensed. Sleep now. Holy land. I'll heal you all.
Anything in armor is all mine!
Get him, Law.
Not on my watch.
Finish it!
Dumplings. This one's got your name on it.
Action to action!
Here goes.
No further!
Let the marksman handle this.
Ignite!
Never miss.
I'm ready!
Get it, Law!
Burn strike!
Bro, his ones are my favorite. They're my absolute favorite.
Go get it. Lightning condensed. Lightning. Seal. Holy land. Blah, blah, blah. You get the gist. Take that. Do it.
Law!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
I love him. lost so much. My sweet child.
Ah, am I on
My
a roll or
sweet
what?
child.
Well, look who's in a bright and
Money
shiny mood.
moves. Ooh, lots of money. I deserve lots of money for my efforts. The save. The save. We are heading somewhere mysterious. This is giving Tales of Symphonia vibes. Let's get on Teleport. The weird book of Teleport. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we?
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was sovereigns only.
Alvin.
I'm sure we can lift y'all through. Like, what? Fuck. The spiciness of the chip. Wow! Ah! How nice. Mmm.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Question mark? Memories?
Alvin.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as
Oh, I'm dying. Help.
Oh my
Tell
god.
me.
I need
we're both
water!
in the same boat.
You got it.
I
Why
drank
do
it
you
all!
seem so calm right now?
Gulping it down.
No choice.
I was
Becoming
thirsty!
the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself.
Oh!
But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renin, at least you got to
Dynamite.
decide.
Early my Apex Smash. I'm
Good
back.
for
Welcome
you.
back.
Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's
They put
Naori.
your with a
Naori,
apostrophe
I'm
R-E. Oh god, no.
Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renins, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Is anyone gonna tell Bandai Namco that
Because you are.
they made
It's
many
true we
spelling
come from
errors in
different
the
worlds.
subtitles in this game?
But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other.
Good for you.
So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana.
Alphen with his simple
That'll be the end
plans.
of it.
Love it.
I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
Did everyone see that, or just us? Or just Alphen? They all saw that shit.
What the hell just happened?
They all saw that shit.
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
Memory sharing.
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
Doesn't matter.
We have no way of knowing.
Doesn't matter.
Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah, it was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those, reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad.
No, not really.
I'd
Not
like
really.
to
We're
liberate
okay.
them too if I can.
We're okay.
Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Right. Right. Let's save. Saving is always a good idea in these situations. So, the teleportation. Ooh, look at it spinning so pretty. Music is very nice. Right? It seems very wedgy to me. Oh, it is a boss battle. Why would they put this here if it wasn't? Hello? 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 I come knocking. Why are we all just standing here? Oh, is it the bitch? Oh, it's the fucking bitch. Oh, she's been possessed.
Faria,
She has
how
been
did you
possessed.
get in here?
She has been
Wait.
possessed.
Something about her isn't right.
Right away, right away. You see the eyes? You see the eyes?
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
How do you have that? How do you have that? How do you have that? She gave that to you? Why? Why did she give that to you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what? We're summoning demons now through a black hole? Oh my god, what is that nightmare?
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes.
Right, this is not the time to leave. Also, since when was summoning a fucking thing?
I've never known Faria to control Zoogles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master sword?
Right.
Where did we get our hands on that?
First we handle the Zoogles. Then we get some answers.
Go for the weak point! Feel! You get the gist.
Okay, so it's got poison things.
One more!
Definitely
One more! You get the gist. Feel! Hear my call!
not active?
In a vine.
Subcontracted with you. What?
Very odd. Ooh, get fucked, bitch.
Not in your dreams.
This thing is weird, and I don't like it. I don't like this thing. It's creepy. It spins! Oh my god! And it teleports! It spins and it teleports! Yikes! Whoa! Okay. Cease. Cease and desist thy existence. Fuck it up! Fuck it up! Fuck it up. Oh, it's Angie. We need to core break. Nope, nope, nope. Y'all need to stop getting hit by that shit. Absolutely not. You shall not touch me. It's gross. I hate it. Can we get a core break? Ow! Since when were those homing missiles? Cease! There it is! Good job, Law. Nope. Nope. No schmur. No schmur. No schmur. No shimmer. Come on. Come on, fuck it up. Come on, fuck it up. Fuck it up, Law. Get it, bitch! Good job. Okay, gotta go enjoy your stream. I will enjoy my stream. Have a good day, Overproof, or a good game, or a good whatever you're doing. I'm not sure. Lady, wake up.
Now it's just her.
Punch her. No, just punch her. Just punch her. Equal rights, equal fights.
She's preparing another summoning.
We have fed
The art she's
beef stew.
casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Just smack her! Oh shit, she broke. Was that a replica?
Why is the gun so big?
Yo, he just pushed the shit out of her. Good job.
Man,
Gender
I felt
equality.
Goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only
That's a
unconscious.
big gun!
Not her.
Yeah.
I meant you.
Yeah.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
We are
In
not.
that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
The dude!
what are you doing
The
here?
dude! The
I was
dude!
curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I
You didn't
overheard
help
what
us
you
this whole
said
time.
about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry. I had no
Wow,
idea.
he's been eavesdropping the
You
whole
believe
fucking
me?
time.
What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit.
Yeah.
I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
Wow.
He seems like a good friend.
He's a good
He
friend.
hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else.
That's okay.
As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones if it wasn't for
Okay,
me.
what happened to her brother was
You're wrong.
absolutely not your fault.
Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my
Oh my
sins.
god, Jolie,
You
you're so
can't
dramatic.
atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is
Tell
going
him.
to change that.
Tell him.
Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No,
No,
honey.
the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Like me.
Kisara's right.
Like
So
me.
long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to
Skipping fun.
solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion,
Look at him sparkling in his clothes.
thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
Right.
You all did much for her as
Anything
well.
in here?
I'm most grateful.
Goodies?
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right?
Are we?
Let's move.
Are we?
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seem that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Definitely not.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
Why does everyone have to have their say in these skits? Why does everyone have to speak one at a time and finish each other's thoughts? Why can't one of you just be the ringleader and say what we're all thinking and move on? Everyone's gotta have their time to verbally shine.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah,
It's the crack, don't worry about it. It's the drug she did earlier.
It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
Whoosh! Flashback time? Flashback time? It's flashback time. Oh my. Which is that? That's... That looks like the tower. It's creepy. It's gross. I don't like it. I don't appreciate. Don't appreciate. Why would you ever do anything in there?
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
So did it get fucked up because of her? Did she lose focus? Are we... Oh, sorry. Are we inside... Okay. That's not good. That's not good. What is going on? What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Oh my god! That's a different symbol. What the fuck is that? Also, that scream was guttural! Wow! So literally the thorns are a thing.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now.
Thorns are a thing.
No,
it's a thing.
it's more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... Like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty
Monster.
void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
We're all being very dramatic. Let's
The
move on.
visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
She couldn't have explained it to you. Like, there's no way she could explain it to you.
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That
What was
power
the
flowing
creepy
into her.
thingy?
It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe... Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that? If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
He has a point. But I'm
Let's
sure
keep
Bruno
moving.
knows best. She knows the
If
the
it's Dana's
energy.
will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
I would also like to know more, so let's go.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of.
What was the creepy the thing in the thorns
And I
inside her
think
eyeball and her body?
They may be the kinds of truths
was
I
that?
need to
I
confront
like
if
that.
we're going to keep fighting.
That was not nice. That was no bueno.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
La, my sweet, my child. I'm just being cautious.
Fine.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave,
La!
ghost type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think.
Both of
What if
them
a
got his back.
person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was
Treat
Dana's will
beef stew!
or somehow connected to the sovereign
Look
and
at
maiden's
beef stew
powers,
eating.
I do not know.
Look at him eat.
Okay,
He's so
back up
happy.
a sec. You're saying that if a place is
He's so
full of
happy.
enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
Can we go now? Are you done skipping about? Don't interrupt my walking! Slow ass walking. What are you doing? Why are we walking so slowly? Run, bitch! Run, I say!
Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns. As well as my own past, I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens. I'm determined to save Shion.
What are we going back to? There's nothing to do!
Change that.
There's nothing to do! We've done the side quests. Can literally only go forward. Like, there's no one here that has anything for me. Although, no, I'll do it later. Let's save. Let's save. How about that? Let's save. Save. Forbidden Zone entry. Yes. Yes. It wants us to go that way.
Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out.
I suppose. I suppose we can check that. I suppose.
This looks like some kind of research facility.
Those look like cryo chambers.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
Stop interrupting me so I'll check it out.
For the people of Lenegus, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem
Sovereign
a
and
little
his
strange?
group.
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How do they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is. They can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority. Grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long.
So let me do. Enough of the cutscenes. An operating table. Many subjects undoubtedly never came back alive from their operations on this. How do you know that? How do you know that? Maybe they did. The fuck? Who are you to say? Know-it-all? Chords. I like chords. Big ass chords. Look at this tree. This beautiful tree. Anything down here? Well, these must be cryo chambers. They look like cryo chambers. It's showing Lennigus structures. You can see pipes for transporting astral energy sticking out of them. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Right. Right. There we go. Touch it.
I think I can make this work.
Touch it.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
Touch it.
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danon astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danon. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the master cores. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
Research.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Right. We want to know about us.
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read the shit! Read the shit!
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
Like you didn't already know. Like you didn't already fucking know? You already knew!
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
You already knew that they did something, though.
It's fine.
Why are you
really.
shocked?
What about the others? Was I the only one?
No.
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
It means he's
He's only
old.
sovereign because someone made him that.
That means
way,
he's
too.
old, first of all. That means he's fucking old.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
That's a good question.
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told.
They're
According
dead.
to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
A dude.
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
Golden Eerie?
The Red Woman?
Golden Eerie has followed? I'm not sure how to say it. I'm gonna call you Golden.
That's
Hi,
possible.
Golden. How are you? Welcome.
That
We're playing
doesn't
Tales of
necessarily
Arise. We're in
mean
the noble
she's the
cutscene.
mastermind
We're
behind this
discovering
scheme.
the lore. Enjoy your stay. Have a good day.
She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
I think that's eerie.
Either way, it's fair
That's
to say
what I
she's
thought.
definitely involved somehow.
That's what I thought. I thought it was Golden Eerie.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it
Or
all,
it's Irish or
but you're
Ireland.
welcome to take a look through what
Right.
you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign.
Select a topic to explore the Sovereign. The Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Danan subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidates possess equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitude is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is not guaranteed for those who survive it. This instability, coupled with the Sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lenegis if left unchecked. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism when utilizing the Sovereign in the spirit channeling ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternative methods to perform this ceremony have been found. Trials on Danan subjects are authorized to continue. Addendum 2. Unit 2 adjustments are a success. Subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. The Maiden acts as the Sovereign's support mechanism for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted a level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Renan subject serves its functions, providing the Sovereign with the supplemental dark astral it lacks in tandem with the Rena's Alma. During this ceremony, it is partly responsible for astral energy conversion, as well as maintaining stability over the Sovereign's own powers. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sovereign has been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects. Because of this, trial activations of the Sovereign without the Maiden present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, neither the Sovereign nor the Maiden are to be informed about the details of the spirit channeling plan. Addendum 1. Mental instability in the Maiden has been deemed the cause of the past Sovereign's rampancy. They're talking about Alphen, probably. Countermeasures must be considered. Addendum 2. In line with plan adjustments, the current subject will have its Maiden registration revoked and be returned to its original household. So they're talking about...
One more
Volo as
thing!
well.
They're talking about...
Only 2
It's
Sovereigns
pronounced Era.
in over 300
Era?
years.
Yeah.
So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
That's what I've discovered.
Fine.
It's fine.
I'm just a
It's
little
fine.
shaken,
Cover
that's
it
all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to
First time chat.
Just
It's
to have
golden!
someone to
Hello,
blame.
gonna be honest, my Wi-Fi can't even hold Minecraft.
Then I
No hope it's
No.
holding up Twitch,
and
but I'm
we'd help
here.
you fight it before you ever
Well,
got
thank
that
you for
far.
being here, Golden. I appreciate it.
Wouldn't
I
we,
hope
everyone?
you stay as long as you
Yeah.
can.
We wouldn't just sit by
And
and watch
enjoy.
you spiral out
And
of
if you'd
control.
like to chat,
That's right.
feel free.
No
I'll
good
talk.
can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you
Why
ever
you've
start
never
to
been
lose your
consumed by
way,
hatred, shut up.
you can count on us to guide you back. To remind
Wow.
you we're homies.
Never had a
And I
negative
would be
emotion in
happy
your
to
life,
lend an
except when your
attentive
dad
ear,
died.
should you ever have need.
Thank you,
He'll
everyone.
be fine! See, Hoodle is here.
I think I'll be okay
Hoodle
now.
is what matters. Look into Hoodle. Look into his eyes. What's this? Terminal. Sedative mask. Oh, the thing he was wearing. A device covering the wearer's whole face that restricts their mental activity. It was developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. Medical applications are also recognized, particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse effects. Addendum. Due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lenegus, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. If I sit super still where I am, it won't switch off. Sit super still, Golden. Super still. Brainwashing report. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. Though they're talking about Volron. This system is unique in that it elevates only the Lordess to supreme authority while relegating both Renans and Danans alike to enslavement. Test subject number 10105. Volron serves as the realm's current lord and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or devices. Rather, it has done so by sheer governance. Giving this method's effectiveness at population control, monitoring of the situation will continue. Addendum 1. Collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear has proven to be key to this style of rule. Once the subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize even their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves for manual labor. Addendum 2. Soldiers in Lenegus who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The results will be monitored. Interesting. Pay attention, class. You will be quizzed on this. No, they won't. Lenegus, a large-scale astral energy converter. Oh, literally Lenegus. The original intent of Lenegus. A large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign Maiden and Renis Alma within the central core of Lenegus. It is a comprised of classified and essential personnel residence zones around a large conduit along with a defensive layer surrounding them. This outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit while simultaneously functioning as a stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layer is expected to cause damage to residential zones. However, because it only takes place during the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plan to address the damage is needed. Until that phase, Lenegus serves as the central base of operations for the management and execution of the crown contest on Dana. Warning, any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violator will immediately be executed. Detachable Harvester, a massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. They're talking about the thing they shot down. It serves as the tip of Lenegus's conduit from which it separates. Upon landing in Danan waters, it extends 2 sets of conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathway proceeds to envelop the entire surface of Dana. Once activated, it links to the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm, efficiently harvesting the planet's astral energy and menace. This accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lenegus. Because construction and adjustment take place in the Forbidden Zone's regulator area, Lenegus's outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-autonomously, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interface with it when necessary. No other personnel is required for it to function. Addendum 1. Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dana after exploding due to the rampancy exhibited by the Sovereign. They're talking about Alfman. Addendum 2. Detachable Harvester 2's landing point will remain the same as that of the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planet's topography, enabling ether connection with the center of Dana. Cool. So we... Cool. So we fucked it up. Cool. Good job, Alvin. Master Cores. Okay. Master Cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belongs to one of the 6 elements. 5 of these Master Cores, those with earth, water, fire, wind, and light, are loaned to Renin Lords at the time of the Crown Contest. Only the Dark Master Core, trying not to jinx anything, but it seems to be working. Shh. Speak not, my child. Shh. Speak not. I mean, do speak, but also speak not. Don't put the energy out there, right? Only the Dark Master Core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renis Alma is ready to be reformed, its existence kept top secret. Underneath the Master Core's spherical outer layer is a force field crystal used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of their tenure, each lord competes in the Crown Contest to amass their allotted type of astral energy. In the event of an emergency, each lord may be allowed to withdraw from their respective stock of astral energy as necessary. However, the extent allowed is determined based on their own individual strength. Addendum 1. Design flaws have been discovered in how the Renis Alma materializes. Be advised that active Master Cores may resonate with other Master Cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Addendum 2. Due to successful regeneration of the Renis Alma, Master Cores will cease to be deployed and the Crown Contest will be permanently halted. They're talking about the one that we made. Spirit cores are end terminals used for the collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connections throughout its body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted from the host body itself. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within the range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. This means that Danans must be employed to harvest astral energy for the purpose of the Crown Contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that spirit cores be retrieved from the host bodies and reused upon their death. Were they talking about the things in their hands? I never asked how you were doing tonight. Well, it's kind of tonight. It's 7:43, so it's tonight. I'm doing well. I had a productive day. How are you? Are you doing well, other than the crappy Wi-Fi? Spirit cores can also be embedded in Zeugles to control them via astral arts. Oh, so that's how that works. Addendum. Increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Final confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death for maximum astral energy yields is still pending. This sounds like American capitalism. Lords. Each Crown Contest, 5 of the best qualified members of the Renin populace are chosen to act as lords, vying to serve as the next sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority as well as one of 5 elemental realms to administer, and its corresponding Master Core. They are also assigned an ID crest indicating their designated element. The selection process is based only on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever. Zeugles! Zeugles! Wait, you on East Coast? I am on East Coast. I am. I'm on Mountain Time. No. Not Mountain Time. Is it just Eastern Time? Is that what it's called? Standard Eastern? Whatever it is? Yeah. Eastern. I'm Schweastern. The selection process, blah, 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 blah. Other variables such as age and no bearing. Okay. Because only the strongest go on to become lords, the position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a Master Core's powers. All Renins must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Furthermore, in the event that an acting lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, the replacement must quickly be prepared. Unique Adjustment Index Test Subject Report. The following is a report on the second successful case of Sovereign Test Subject Experimentation. Test Subject number 10105, given name Volron, Generation NA, Unique Adjustment Index, Ethnicity NA. Although subject possesses high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. As such, the risks it poses surpass even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure. and is therefore under consideration for disposal. Addendum. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as a lord. Cool. So they were fully aware of his dumbass. Okay, we read all that. Let's see if we can read this. Did we read this? We did. Okay, so we gleaned some information. We have gleaned information. That was a lot of talking. My throat hurts. We have gleaned the info. What's in here? Our room unchanged over 3 centuries. It's like time itself has stopped here. And life bottle. Life bottle. What's this? Oh yeah, this is the room from our memories, isn't it? Wow. Wow. Chest. Grape shell. Okay, what's this? You see lots of numbers. Looks like the laws of alignment between subjects and Lenegus proper. I don't even know what that means, but okay. Are you done with the cutscenes? We've had like 20 in the last 5 minutes. Oh, hey, it's the boy. It's ya boy. It's Naori sending off the boy.
Naori,
Is he naked?
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
You'll be home.
But you...
It'll be fine.
My place is here with my people.
Yeah, she's on Lenegus. She's home. She's fine.
I'm sorry for
And it looks like in the logs they returned her
Brennan
to her
never
house.
should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
What?
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode.
So he had to heal for 300 fucking years? That's how bad it was?
The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But
Yeah, that would be why he can't feel pain, or couldn't feel pain.
if I don't head back, Lenegus will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it.
She did it for you!
I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant
So
you
that's why he
even
lost
the
his memories
slightest
and couldn't feel
chance,
pain.
I
Totally
have
fucked
to
him
try.
up. Also why when it broke,
I
it
hope
lost
it's
its
enough.
back. Ah, my dear, what the fuck?
Please, live for me, Alphen.
How is he injured though? Did the astral energy just like run rampant?
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegus.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lenegus crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
He's like, punch twist.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could.
He only had a 10% survival chance. He toughed that shit out.
Now that you know how she felt, How do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If
Better
the
keep
Renan
yours.
people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight.
He's having an office moment. Looking at the camera.
Naori was the one who put that mask on me. It made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent
The
your
man
soul
with the
from
iron
tearing
mask.
itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result.
She didn't know about the sense
More
of
than
pain. That could have been
anything,
any
she wanted
nervous
you to
system.
survive.
Let's save. We should save.
And you did.
Any more flashbacks? Water! Blip, 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 blip. Oh, sorry, I'm a thirsty bitch. Alright, what's going on? Yep. Is it bot? That looks like the tower. I don't like it. It's a pretty tree, though. Okay. Nothing. A bunch of nothing. I spoke it into existence. The Wi-Fi went crap. I told you! Golden, I told you! Golden, how could you do this to me? I trusted you. And we're gonna save, because that looks like some bullshit. I know we just saved, but we're gonna save again, because that looks like some bullshit right there. And I have... What is going on over here? Hold on. Oh my god, that barely did anything for him. How many apple gels have you people been using? Oh my god! I'm gonna ban y'all from using items. I swear to Christ. It's this room.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
It's this room.
Of course.
The fleshy room. It's the fleshy room. Disgusting. Hey, do you and
After 300 years,
Shion want to do the
this is
thingy?
where it was held.
Want to do a thingy?
The spirit.
How
channeled
ironic! I
the
work in
ceremony.
networking and don't have good Wi-Fi for myself. You know,
This is where the
we
Renaissance
live in a
was.
society.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renaissance isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
Well, why would it be here?
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Why are you suddenly telling bitch what to do? Oh. Brrr. Another memory? Or something else?
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
She's in the pretty dress. Can I get the pretty dress? I want the pretty dress.
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
So she sealed it. She
Is this
did
another
this.
memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us.
What was done to you, my child? Tell me.
All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As
Right,
sovereign,
you should have just killed yourself.
they linked
It's fine.
Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself.
They did what?
The Renis Alma was
They did
intended
what?
to control his power, lest
They
anything
did
should
what?
slip through its cracks. That day, as maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth and give shape to the strength inside of him.
But you fucked up.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening.
showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through
that's
with
what
it.
the ceremony's for.
But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly
Just so happens to be
snuffed
the
out.
background team to almost
All
all
because
network
of me.
companies as well.
Because of what I have done.
The irony. True irony.
With the destructive force now slumbering inside of
She's
me.
talking about the thorny
I knew I had to
thingies,
find
right?
a way to
I don't know.
dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how.
I'm assuming she's talking about the thorny thingies, but they've not
Especially
explained
since
what
that
it
power
is.
was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first.
Then how does she
With
not
the
have it?
Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead.
But then how does Shion have it? Because this was 300 years later. How did it get to Shion?
That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear.
But then how did it get to Shion?
Even
Should have
if by
died
doing
with
so,
you.
It meant I would be passing the curse
There
on
we
to
go.
my descendants as well.
There we go.
Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future.
Why
world with
didn't
this
you just
debt
not
too.
have kids and die? Like,
I
what
only
what
wish
would have happened?
That there was something more I
Would
could
it have
do.
escaped if you died and you didn't have a
you
descendant?
can't just...
Yes, she can. Yes, she can, because she's already dead. Like, y'all bitches don't be thinking things through.
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
Who gives a shit? Oh, they have changed! They are wearing clothes that are pretty. Oh, Shion looks great.
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony.
Yo, we're
3
keeping that shit
centuries ago.
on. Y'all look nice.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance.
And they
them.
also happen to be
And
extremely
they appeared
fashionable.
now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing that
And they were
would
made of
come
astral
when they would
energy,
need
and
them
they
in their
just
fight against the
conglomerate
Thorns.
over our bodies.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it
Fuck
was
was that?
Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience.
So why doesn't she just use the dark magic?
By that
form?
logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns.
Hydrate! Hydrate.
Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
Now kiss.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
Man, my other boys and girls need more outfits. H2O is
too
good
early to let
for you.
myself feel
Yes.
relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing
It's just
there's
because you
the
got a cool new
slightest
outfit.
chance,
Don't worry about it.
even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about
Yeah,
it.
look at Poodle. His eyes are the size of the
We
moon.
can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you.
Yeah, we just have to find the Seven
Maori
Spirit origin and then make a
entrusted us
wish.
with the
And then
fate
we
of
get
all
the cool
humanity.
sword. And then we go
Now,
fight
It's up to us to prove that trust
so-and-so
is well
in
placed.
Yggdrasil and we make the world tree sprout. Everything's fine. Sorry, that's a different Tales game, isn't it?
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Do we actually get to
Yeah,
go to
We
Rena?
can protect
Do
the
we get to
world
go
and
to
save Shion
Rena?
at the same
Seems
time.
like it's a myth at
I
this
too
point.
shall lend my services.
Like,
my
hey,
knowledge
everyone
of
goes to
Ren
Rena,
and
but
lore is
don't come
bound to
back.
be a
It's not
useful
a real
asset.
place.
And they say modesty is dead.
Look at her, with her glowing
Miracles
feathers.
just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
It's because he's a good
How
boy.
do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included.
Aww, how cute.
Now let's get
Let's
to it,
go!
shall we?
I want to see
Last
Shion.
I heard, we had an
Pretty dress.
apocalypse to stop.
Her pretty dress.
Thank you, Naori.
You're so fucking welcome.
So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She
The
stopped my
thorny demon.
rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong. What happened to you was because of the ceremony, and Naori's attempt to stop oblivion. You paid a heavy price for it, and then fell asleep for 300 years. The reason you lost your memories.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
It all leads back to them. But once they're gone, we can
We're
finally
still not
put an end to
explaining
all
what the
this.
thorns are.
When
What
my
astral
thorns are
energy?
gone,
And what is
I
the
never
significance
dared
of
to
this?
dream that such a thing could be possible.
So a lot of dark astral energy, it gains sentience,
truth is,
and it was like oblivion.
I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without.
But
my
how does
thorns.
this ceremony accomplish?
touch of my
So then it's not
family.
even.
Or playing with my
How does
friends.
the ceremony accomplish that?
Holding hands with Rinwell.
And then
or
it
giving
must have
Law a
existed
deserved
before it was present
embracing
inside
everyone. All the
Naori
normal
and
things
Shion.
that people do
So
together.
where did it come
I
from?
always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen?
Of course it
I'm
is, my
so
child.
scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end?
It's a black man.
That's not going to happen.
And his name is
I'm here to
Baldwin.
make sure it won't.
That's why he's black.
Forget
Baldwin.
fate or destiny or anything else.
What?
We're going to live
Ignore the man behind
a
the
normal life. There are a lot
Ian,
of
what did you
things
say?
that still
You know, I was
need to
thinking about the
go
Wizard of
right.
Oz today too.
Yeah.
Like I played the whole movie out in my head
Such a
today,
strange
like while we
feeling.
were out.
I know
That's weird.
that we've
I
still
do
got
that sometimes.
plenty of fighting up ahead. And it's for my sake.
Most of the time, it's the year
So I
without
can
Santa
live.
Claus.
You're worth fighting for.
I
So you
believe
don't run
you.
through my mind.
You're worth fighting for.
Good.
Ian, you're worth
Keep
fighting
fighting.
for.
For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
No, it's the quote they just said in the fucking game. He's like, you're worth fighting for, Shion. Ooh, cool. I still haven't done this shit. Defeat, right, we're still gonna do that too. Look, they're so cute now. Ooh, yeah, actually, that would be super helpful. Is he missing too? Like what? 800. so I can complete this one. Nice. Ah! 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 Look at him! He's so flashy. I hate this room. This room is gross and upsetting. It looks dangerous. Here, let us behold him. Let us behold him. Let us behold. Let us behold him in his glory. Oh, he's so pretty looking. Look at how pretty. Look at how pretty. Look at how pretty he is. Ah. Yeah, I actually really like this on him. Ooh. Ooh. Very cool. Feathered headpiece. Very cool. Wow, he's the only one that got a weapon for that. Look at how pretty! So pretty! I'm trying to decide if she's wearing like a sleeveless mini dress under that, and then this thing like connects to it like a bodice or like a halter top.
I'm trying to figure
But
out
then-
how those metal things like latch onto her back.
like it's what? What'd you say?
Look at her back. The metal things right up into her back.
Right. Right. Well, that's clearly like the bones that are holding that there. But like because there's this middle part, so I'm trying to decide if it's all sewn into one piece or if it's like a mini dress and then this over thing is being held up by the halter, but then the mini dress has to connect to the halter part because there's no fucking way. And also, what are these feathers attached to? Like, are they just sitting on her shoulder? Because they're not attached to any of this clothing. Confusion.
Maybe it's all skin tone clothing, maybe.
Right. Like it's all mesh. Oh hey, you know what's even weirder about this one is that instead of like underwear, they gave her like shorts. Because all of her other dresses, she's wearing like.
Well, is it shorts or boxers?
No. It's like well, because of all of her other clothing, or all of her other outfits, she wears like you can't see it. Like you can't see it here, but if she's like running in front or jumping, she's wearing like regular ass underwear. Like, it's right there. But this one, she's wearing like boxer shorts underneath, which I think is a very interesting change in design choice. I'm not sure why they decided to change it into that, but okay, cool. Yeah,
I think they know people are looking.
that's a huge. Well, I was. It is cute though. It's pretty. Oh yeah, I was gonna run around with her. Right. So like. Right. So what am I hitting? So literally, you can see it when she jumps. Like she's wearing boxer shorts in this for something. That's not what I wanted. What?
Simply hug.
But then, if she's wearing like her regular dress, she's wearing actual underwear. I'm confused as to why the change happened. I just don't quite understand. Like, you've been able to see her panties this entire game. Like, and suddenly they were like, let's give her boxer shorts. I don't think you can see it. Oh no, she is wearing boxer shorts on this one. You didn't used to be able to see it this well. Her fall graphics have changed somehow from early in the game to now.
My real thought is, like, do you think the game designers would actually think people would scrutinize it this much? That's the real question. Do you think the game designers would really think people would scrutinize?
Yes, actually, the fact that they made that an actual physic at all, I'm assuming so. Yes, in Twilight One Piece, she's wearing boxer briefs as well. Or whatever the fuck they are, who knows.
Guys, we need to have a meeting.
And I know that they're like boxer briefs because her stomach is right there. That's the other weird thing too. Most of the time, they kind of like cinch the clothing at the waist and you can't see further up. You can actually see her stomach when she jumps. Something I've noticed. I can't think of any other dress to put in. Like, the front doesn't really floop up because there's no fucking fabric to floop. Nah, they must have had like some kind of like reasoning behind this. Like, hey, if she wears this, she gets underwear, and if she wears this, she gets boxer briefs. I don't know what the reason was, but okay. But she's so cute in this. I like this one. Oh, shit.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible.
I will
She
say
saved my life
that when I've drawn
by sending
concept
me
art for
back home to
characters, the
Dana.
one thing I've never
Not
drawn is
only that,
undergarments.
but she
Like, I don't even
willingly
think of it.
stayed
I'm like,
behind
other
on
clothes
Lenegus
the
for the
whole
sake
time.
of her
Undergarments,
people.
what's that?
It sounds like she was quite the hero.
Maybe I should focus on
A
that.
truly caring
Maybe I should
person.
include what
It's
people's
as if
undergarments would
walls
look
meant
like in my
nothing to
character.
her,
That's
the
the
one
Band-Aids.
separating the Renans from the Danas.
Ask the what?
Or
That's the
herself from
Band-Aids.
others.
Oh my god.
She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about them.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Yep. Yep. What's really interesting to me is if you're running and jumping, the physics of the dress don't allow you to see that. But if you just stand still, then you can. Which makes me like think like, what is this fucking material made out of that is this goddamn light? And also, she's not wearing what is that thing that you put under skirts or dresses to make them poof out?
I don't know, underwire.
Well, there's that, but it's there's also a it's like a skirt that goes under the skirt, but it's rigid, so it makes it poof out. Whatever.
My knowledge of women's skirts.
Right. Whatever that is. And what's interesting to me is that she's absolutely not wearing one, but somehow the back of this dress, like, it just meets the curve on the top of her butt and then just goes out. It doesn't fall flat. It goes out. It's defying gravity. Where? Okay. The top one? The top one. I just like kind of walking around and watching the glibblada. I keep passing the entrance, don't I? Yep, it's right here. I'm stupid. It's gross looking to me. Huh. Okay. So, in between all this technology is just grossness. That's nice. More grossness, yes. Wonderful. Oh. Oh, wait. When did the background change? Hold on a second. When did the background change? Yeah, every now and again, this background on the menu screen changes during the story. I appreciate it because the art's really good, but I didn't notice that it changed. Huh?
A sign of progress.
Yes, indeed. We've entered the next arc. Alright, let's fucking go. Transfer. Boss fight? I keep thinking that every time I see one of these circular rings, like, whoever becomes more. Oh, cool, a bunch of gross shit. I love gross shit. Oh, wait, is this what happened in the ceremony thing? It's pretty nasty. Nasty looking. Boss battle? Boss. Ah, that's a boss battle door. What the fuck?
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it.
That is a boss battle door.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
Why are you assuming that? We don't fucking
After
know.
everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
Go for it, Alvin. Do it. Believe in yourself. I have faith in you, sir. I have so much faith that you will. Whoosha.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Well, change the color. That's kind of a victory.
Ah. Bro, I'm telling you, I can't wait for more trauma to happen. Oh my god! The fuck is this shit? This cannot all be inside Lenegus. What the fuck?
We're a long way from the residential quarters now.
I'm trying to play games with my wife. I
different.
literally won't work steadily, so I'm
right.
organizing outfits. That's always a
Actually,
great
this
thing to do.
place, it
I agree
reminds
with
me
that.
more of being back inside the wedge.
Outfits are very
Except
important.
the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
They like
Hold
their
up,
flesh.
decadence? Artistic
They like
circles?
their fleshy goopy thing.
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity.
Oh
for
my
the
god,
sake of
he
it.
knows terms.
I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
That depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void
Except I
inside
have
your
no
head.
fashion sense at all. I wear
Shut
shorts and
up.
t-shirts summer to winter. And that's fine. That's okay. Listen, that's okay. The thing that makes an outfit most of the time are the accessories. Get you some jewelry if you wear that. We're gonna save again because what the fuck is this place? I don't like it here. What the fuck? It's deep. It's very deep and it's very tall. And there's icky vines everywhere. And oh look, it's one of these things. That definitely means there's a boss fight coming up. Definitely a boss fight coming up! Also, can I fast travel? Anywhere in here? No! Oh, what is that? Oh my god, it has a face. What is that? I saw it from a distance. It has a face. What is it? Oh, come on. What the fuck is that?
Volron.
Ooh, I knew it, bitch!
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
That would not be.
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united, born from the fires of chaos. The
He's not having a good time.
all must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Is it the Whammon?
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
How?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
That's
It looks like it's still running,
creepy.
but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral
It's got,
energy
like,
on that
teeth.
sort of scale?
Is that thing gonna come alive?
But whatever it is,
I don't like it. It's
I'll
ugly
bet it's
looking.
connected to those
I don't
visions of
appreciate
oblivion.
it.
Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renaissance.
You cannot be having this conversation in front of this man.
We need that.
He almost murked us the last time. Very badly.
He's not
Don't-
gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time,
Oh,
Laura.
he will. Oh, he will.
The Red Woman.
Oh, he will. Yeah, he will.
So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
It's The Shining. What is this Bayonetta type bullshit? The fuck are you?
What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
Is that what happens to sovereigns after the crown contest? Oh.
They're not
Oh my god, they're level 48.
particularly targeted.
It's no use, Alfie. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop.
Yo, they're scary. Oh my Christ. Yeah, I'm not using my skill until I make sure that they can't use arts. Why are you targeting that one? We have been beating this one's ass. Yo, they're not joking around with that shit. Okay. Okay. Oh! Right. 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 There. Oh shit, stay away from me. I can't tell if they're actually like a threat to me. Like, they're kind of scary. But they just seem to be doing things. Whoa, that had a wide radius. What the hell?
You picked the wrong fight.
Get fucked, bitch! Oh, they're shitting. Right. Right. Don't fucking touch that. skill. I don't know if I should, but I'm gonna.
Here's another.
In a bind?
One last one. You get the
They're
dead.
pretty stationary. I'm grateful for that.
In here.
I'm not gonna use myself for this kind of shit.
One's blind.
Blah, blah, blah. This one's mine. Sleep now.
Order won't save you.
Feel.
We're just gonna keep goofing it up with the lightning shit. You stay the fuck away from me, bitch! Whoa! Yo, stay away from me. Ouch! Oh shit, they're doing the shit. Oh. Oh.
Benediction light. Ignite.
Man, fuck, bitch!
Eat dirt.
Yo, Alpha's going off with it.
Eat dirt.
Alpha was going off with it just now.
Not today.
Now, stay where you are.
I'm ready.
Bow!
Demons descend. Flashing fang.
Kill him. First.
Surrender. Fighting is useless now.
Sir.
Do you think it's really over?
Don't jinx it. No.
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
You need to back away. Oh! I'm sorry, did she just force a detonate?
What? It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
Oh, that must have hurt.
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
Look at the dark astral energy floating.
You had me
in the air.
worried there.
What is the sir doing?
Who said you could touch
Oh shit, come on. Don't be an asshole. Don't be an asshole.
Damn it! He's awake!
Oh, yeah, he is.
I should have thought as much. So you know this place? Naturally. It was built for me, after all.
Oh, this is how they contained him.
We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart. Even after all this time, you still insist on hating
Yeah,
me?
what did we do to you exactly?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will.
You fucked with us first! Bro! On multiple occasions,
You're
too.
obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
I wouldn't go that far.
Really, is that what you think?
I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, see about that.
Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really?
You're an experiment.
We already know the title of sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me.
Arman's like, I can break out of these chains. But I won't.
All of those failed
Because you're
experiments,
monologuing and
they
I have
still
respect.
kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, And yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Clone?
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right? Voron.
Don't go comparing, you'll make him mad.
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Dana are meaningless distinctions. He and everyone else.
There it is. He's a narcissist, that's why.
I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine.
Why has no one grabbed it? Oh shit, jeez. Hi.
A red woman.
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Back.
Don't do it!
Serenus Alma!
Oh, they set him off. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, they set him off.
You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphen!
No, leave him. Don't worry about him. He's not gonna die from this. Just leave him. My man survived being cut down, blown up, and thrown in the ocean. Again? Dohalim, do the thingy where you make earth out of nothing and make a bridge. Because you know how to do that. Come on, put your hand out. Put your hand out. Jump for it. Jump for it. Before he gets out of his shackles and grabs you. Leap of faith! Moment of absolute trust! There is no way she's making that jump. Everyone better form a fucking chain. Right, I forgot it hurts. For a moment, I forgot. And that's why she was afraid. She was afraid he would let go. Oh, be salty in a corner, bitch.
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Oh, my man. So fucking salty.
Let's go.
Literally go. Literally go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything, who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
On fire.
Are you two
on
okay?
Fire.
Yeah.
My good sir.
Is Volron...
Mushi!
Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way.
I'm allergic to cats, but oh well.
We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
He said Rena. Are we going to Rena, bitch? Going to Rena, bitch?
In the motherland somewhere.
There's no Rena.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
Then we're agreed.
Ah!
Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously,
Okay, so we're leaving?
I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about...
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danon. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Googles?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Doily? You ever seen anything like that before?
Such a treat.
No, never. However,
Such a treat.
if they're the same as the red woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena. And Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately,
Don't
they
worry,
blew
there's one
themselves
more.
up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
We're both.
Both sound plausible to my ears.
Right, law, we're on the same page.
They took off with the Renis Alma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Everything. Do I have to go? Can I fast travel back? We're just heading back to the Fall Knights, right? So I can shittily dang bang out the fuck here. No, I can't. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Suspicious. But you would not let me fast travel? Suspicious. The save. I'm sure there's nothing down there. There's gotta be something. Alright, it's a little odd that it's not letting me fast travel out of here. Bye, records room. Have a good day. Okay, and now we're back where we were, right? In this place. Oh, is the no? No, it's this way. Mysterious power, touch it. Yes, thank you. Mysterious power. Man, it's gonna be a long ass walk to get out of here. Long ass walk. Are there any schmoogles down here, or are they all dead now? Schmoogles. There's schmoogles!
Out of our way! Lightning condemn! How long are we gonna keep this up for exactly?
Shank-a-dink! What? I'm sorry, what? I would prefer nice.
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno! Slash! I'll smash you!
Too much to handle? More where that came from! One more!
I'm ready!
Law!
Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
Do it! Lightning condemn!
Astral Arts?
That's my cue! Where are you going?
Shut him down!
Lightning condemn!
Kidding!
Seal! Holy Land!
Seal him!
Do it!
Law him!
Blow them away!
My two boys. My two best boys.
Small,
So
but a victory
precious and special to me.
nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Are the monster goons back in this room? Yeah. Wait, listen, I'm just coming in to grab this real quick.
Let's see what we've got.
First aid! Tornado drive! In here! Not in your dreams!
trip it up.
Lightning condensed! Glacial spear! Here's the evil! Magic is there! In here! Here's Lightning Fury! Go get it! Burning dust!
No further.
Sweet dreams! Water! Hear my call! Burning strike! The flame magic is there!
There it is. Get the bitch.
Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
That was a weakness on it. Oh, that's the first time I've actually ended a fight with that. Gonna get all the goodies and sell them, but we don't fucking use them ever. It said make the ultimate heuristic quest or something. So all the mantises are gone. That's nice. The Nogi Yogis. Oh, no, I lied. Here's a mantis. Oh, mantis.
Let's dispose of the trash. Sleep now.
Another incantation ruined.
You picked the wrong fight. Sleep now. As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
No further.
Lightning condensed. Here, let me help. Here. First aid.
See what I can do.
Sleep now. Pull myself to divine. Not on my watch.
Can you take it?
Power of flame. Hit that. Bullseye. You get the gist.
You get the gist.
In here. Divine savior. Here goes. Go get it.
Leave the charges to me. Far enough.
Sleep now.
Being interrupted.
It's okay. Alpin's got it.
Can't get out of this.
In here. Glacial spear. Here's ready.
You'll find no mercy.
Here's another. Not on my watch. Here goes.
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara.
Behold.
Oh, boy. I have not seen his in a hot minute.
Tectonic vision.
I have not seen his in a hot minute.
Lightning condensed. Sleep now. In here. Divine savior. I'll heal you all. I never miss. One more. One more. Shattering. Here's a healing art.
Bam!
Seal.
Get his ass off him.
In here.
I can handle it. Far enough.
Not on my watch.
Whoa!
Glacial spear. Here's evil. Lightning condensed.
How did that get me all the way over here?
Holy land. Here goes. One more. Annihilate.
No further.
Get his ass.
One. Mega ray. Annihilate. Do it. Lock.
Lock!
Demons descend.
Did lock! Nice. Good job, everyone.
Hey.
Rinwell, how
Anyone
things
else
are
think this might be a touch too dangerous?
No, it's fine.
Rinwell's right.
It's fine.
I won't forgive you.
Armor won't save you.
Searing flame. Reload. In here.
Radiant light.
Flame of fury.
Why? Why is that glowing?
Not today.
Sleep now. Glacial spear.
Heal my weary companion.
Zoop! Zoop!
No dawn shall break this
Lightning
night.
condensed!
In here. Sleep now.
Ha! You missed, four.
Thanks. Just what I needed. One more. Thanks. Just what I needed.
You bitch!
Lightning condensed. In here. Magic is in. In here.
Another incantation ruined.
Ready.
Get fucked.
Freeze Lancer. One last one. Here goes. Go get him. Into the shadow. Lightning condensed.
Get him! Get his ass!
I'm ready for the next battle.
Right, we're getting all the goodies we need to make weapons here. Good shit, good shit. Alright, let's save. I foresee bad things in my future. I foresee bad things. Oh, is it nice and dark now?
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone?
Perhaps.
Doe?
Oh, is that fucking bitch?
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
Oh, he actually told you. I was surprised.
She doesn't remember a thing. So she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
We don't
What
even know how
difference
he
does it
played
make?
dirty.
What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once.
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim,
Right.
Lenegis
Your
is in great
your
health.
personal
So I
shit
can
is
see.
not important right now. Go away.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
Does this include oxygen production?
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can
There
get
are
things
no
back
riots
up and
happening
running.
here. These people are all chill and in their little groups.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Oh, we know a lot of things you don't.
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are
Oh,
you out
shit.
of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop.
Hey, they're actually listening to Danons. That's weird.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust.
Dohalim? Dohalim?
That's it. Who's the highest ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Dohalim!
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then.
Yes, it's you, sweet boy. You
Avakir,
will be the leader.
you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
You will be the leader, my son.
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Chill out.
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Elda Menancia.
Look at him! With his caress, doing his shit. King.
Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid.
Oh, he's wearing his normal
As
colors.
people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the lords and sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds.
Look at him, speaking truth.
If we don't allow
My king.
ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among men.
Look at my
I hope that
son.
you'll lend me your strength.
Look at him doing so
For
well.
if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
All the lights are coming back on! He spoke truth to power, bitch! That's my king. That's my king. That's my king right there. It's my king.
Your speech
I
seems
stand.
to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
That's
I
my
only
king
pray
right
the
there.
relief will tide the
I
city over
stand.
for
We
the time
stand,
being.
Lord Dohalim.
What you said earlier about the Sovereign possibly not even existing. Was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been.
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
New King of Lenegus? New ruler of Renan?
You? You can't be serious.
They are very serious!
I have business I must take care of
He's
first.
baby.
But once
He's
everything is
baby.
over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader, the likes of which the people here are used to,
He's
I
baby.
think.
He is most fit for this.
But how else do you propose to rule?
Democracy.
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegus, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different.
Yeah, he is always different. He is dressed in beautiful fine linen.
I feel like maybe now I can finally begin
Well,
to
she's
accept
tearing out.
Jernigan's
That's
death.
sad.
To see a future.
Without him. You've got best friend right next to you.
You go finish whatever it
Avakir.
is you've got to do.
Date Avakir.
I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegus
He
till you
seems.
get back.
He seems.
Thank you.
Dependable.
The confidence.
What?
I guess you're not going to make it to
He's,
Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
dependable.
Indeed.
He's the chief engineer. He knows how this shit runs.
The people of Menancia can look after
Dependable.
themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegus who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
We're not leaving him. He's staying with us.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough.
He knows. Shit.
Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her,
Was that a
I
confession?
suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes.
He's a little dense.
We should be heading
He's a
back to
little
the ship.
dense.
Business on Rena awaits.
Oh my god, we're actually going to Rena. To Rena. To Rena, bitch. Ooh. Oh, it's about fucking time. I was like, where the fuck? More arts. Sweet. Yeah, get that. You want that. Revitalize. Okay, she's got a couple.
Looks like the people of Lenegus can rest easy.
I couldn't have... In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan lord? How do you figure that exactly?
Yeah, don't insult us.
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment, a lord, And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say.
Oh, Zephyr! Why are we bringing him up? Why are we showing him this late in the game? He's been dead forever!
Even if
He's
it
been
means
dead since
stumbling
the
along
first
the way.
fucking chapter.
If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
Yeah, I think so. This would probably been a little far out of his depth, to be honest.
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Which is better than I can say, because
Leave
I didn't
the
think
past
anything was
where
wrong
it
with him.
belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
He'd be so proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't
She
tell
is
whether
definitely
you were
smiling.
smiling
What
or
are you
frowning.
talking about?
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
Aren't we always?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner
Yeah, he can
trapped
build
in a
bridges
cage
out of
of
earth,
his
and
own
he didn't do
self-doubt.
it until later on, which I'm mad about.
But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me
honey,
anymore.
he'll always need you.
It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at
He's
it.
our child.
I
He's
would
our
like to
baby.
see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Cool. No more skips. Stop with skips. Right, and for some reason I can't fast travel back to the fucking ship. Makes no goddamn sense. I have to walk to the ship. It's Mushi. The music's hitting. Oh, my fucking god, it's such a long way back to the starship. You stupid fishes, not giving me a fast travel. Closer to the star, making me walk all the way here. Ah! There's Mushi on me. Mushi on my face. It's the planet! Beautiful planet. Oh, we just walked on, didn't even ask me. New plan! Next plan. We're not gonna talk, we're just gonna nod our heads at each other.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegus, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegus.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this,
Really close to the
the
other
Red
game,
Woman,
aren't we?
and the Renis Alma. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So,
yeah,
what do
bitch.
we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should...
I don't know why, but I think Golem would be thinking.
Oh, hey, bitch.
Listen,
Oh, we interrupted this nice little
I don't
moment
know
for
why,
some
but-
shit!
but Golem
For some
is
alien
so popular
isolation
getting
shit!
bored. Well, I mean, they're berserk stats, runes.
Are you transporting us there yourself? Are you doing us a favor right now? Oh my god.
They're like berserk stats.
Whoa!
Velocity.
Oh! There's so many of them, what the fuck?
But normally people just use Google runes for that. So I don't
There
know
are
if it has to be
so many of them, Jesus
maybe
Christ.
for scholar runes or something, but
What? We just got black holed. We just got sucked into the event horizon. Where? Fuck.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
Where?
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Of course!
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the
This
way
has
we
gone
used to
from like being
Are they trying to finish us
mystical,
off
magical
before we can
hoo-ha
land?
to like spacey, wacy, supernatural
Everyone.
shit.
Look there!
Also, where are we going? Where are we heading? I would like to see. Are we not heading towards Rena? Why does it look like that? It's gross. Oh my god. That's Rena? But how?
the dead thing
Cannon? Lenegus? Oh, you whore! Oh, did it restart? Did it restart it? After everything we did to stop it? It's a flower? I'm sorry, is this Tales of Arise or Chosen Symphonia? What is happening? Is this Tales of Arise's take on the planet in Tales of Symphonia?
Blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
They
It
kickstarted
appears
the tower.
Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
They're gonna fucking have to be.
We can only pray that
We don't
they
have
are.
time for this.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
You need to get to Rena first.
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Oh.
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
Alien isolation.
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here?
We
We're watching Dana
we
die
shut the
before
tower
our eyes.
off and now it's
We've
back?
no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down.
No, don't tell him to calm down. He is rightfully worried.
Right.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're saying what everyone's saying. Don't worry about it.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
My man, the ever
Alphen.
optimist pillar of support. You, oh shit. Come up with an idea then.
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
We're being sucked in. It's another black hole. Space! That's not Lenegis. What the fuck is that? Are we never getting to Rena? Are we gonna get to Rena? Maybe in the next stream.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
It's not, though.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes
She
us.
has a point. Stop dawdling. Let's go. Oh my god. This gets...
Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right.
He forgot.
The thorns.
He fucking forgot.
My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people.
You have had this
Does
entire
it ever
game
get
to ask
lonely
that. You
sometimes?
just decided to ask that now?
I guess I never really
You
thought
decided to
about
ask
it in
that
those
now?
terms.
You decided to
It
wait
was
till
either
now
accept
to
it for
ask
what
that?
it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live.
And then Alphen gave
Which
you a hug.
isn't to say
and you
I
broke down
didn't
in
feel
tears.
alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality,
Where
you
did that
couldn't
come
even
from?
recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
No,
It's
the same
fine.
way you did, being all
I know I'm not alone anymore.
But
She says with tears in
I
her
can't
eyes.
even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
Oh,
appreciate
Alphen
the
will do
concern.
it just to spite a bitch. He's
Until I get rid of
fine.
these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug.
Aw,
You'll see.
sweet.
I promise.
So sweet. Like you know.
Boo!
Ah! What the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games,
Speak
Rinwell.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. Try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
Listen to Mom. Listen to her. She knows best. Or does this just take us back to the Star Schmidt? The Star Schmidt Dippy?
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah. Our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Kind of like a tree.
Dohalim.
On the fire top of a tree.
Okay, who's the
But
wise?
I'm not really sure if there's
That
a
beam
connection.
of light joining Dana and Rena. It was the
Like in
Renan
Tales of
side that it first
Symphonia,
came
there's a
from,
planet
right?
that floats by and it sucks mana
That's
out of
what it
other
looked like.
planets.
And then the Danon side responded.
And then moves on.
Perhaps
Darius
it was
Karlon.
some kind of
Fuck, that's
directive
what it's
from
called.
the Renan
Darius Karlon.
homeworld to reawaken the Wedge and Lenegus.
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
Apparently
Try
so.
to stay calm. With so many factors we
Apparently
don't
the only
understand,
fucking body out
dwelling
here
on
with
it
any
won't
energy
get
at
us
all.
anywhere. What is it?
No, it's just... Zephyr once told me the same thing.
Because he's a smart man.
So much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
Yeah, listen to the girl. Also, what's around here? Nothing. A whole bunch of nothing. Oh, what fucking level are we on? More inaccessible. Star Schmidt. Okay, so we're supposed to be here. Can I go to the upper level? No. Is there anything around here? Some chairs. There's some plants. Some pretty little plants. Oh, these are plants from Dana, aren't they? These are like cuttings of plants from Dana. Let us save once more. Camera got closer, that's a good thing. Oh, it's more goopy oopy gross shit. Gross wedge shit. Schmidt. What is
This place looks a lot
What's
like
this?
that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Yeah, but this is gross goopy
What's
shit.
that?
Gross goopy shit. It's gross goopy shit. Oh, it's a whammon. It's a red whammon.
It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
No! We would have been dead already. Besides, shit's in stasis.
It doesn't look like it can move.
Hello?
Tell me,
Are you
are
home?
you the one who brought us here?
Anyone in there? It glows.
That is correct.
Oh, it speaks!
It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
Yeah.
What are you?
A monster.
Hevrecht 35.
Oh.
Hevrecht 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that. Just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
Obviously. The fuck? Astral energy.
What did you do to us?
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way. Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
What is it, bitch?
Oh, goody. More riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
No.
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
We're gonna talk? We're gonna have a chat?
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil. The red women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasal, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches
So great
us
spirits
here.
are a thing in
Since
this
my
game.
sudden separation from the great spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Is it origin? Are we bringing
Correct.
origin back?
The great astral spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
They have their own.
The voice of the great spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it without question throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrek 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegis was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renis Alma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to
Our
harvest the
answers.
necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
Honey, it's not your fault.
Nevertheless, you still haven't answered one of Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrecht 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to?
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
Dun dun dun. Knew that was coming.
Did you just ask us to kill
Knew
your
that shit was
master?
coming.
I did. It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegis
Bitch,
has
they're gonna
entered
eat
the
you.
final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena.
I don't
If
understand
nothing
why
is
Rena
done
looks like
about
that
the
though.
Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Phasal.
He is done speaking.
Hey!
He is done speaking, Chief. Move along.
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
Okay, that's why there's all this goofy shit.
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
At the very least, everything it said about the Renin Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me.
Why does Rena look
How
like
the
that?
Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renins? How do they factor into all this?
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevrecht 35 never even brought up the Renins once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter. Let's find out.
Lower level? Check the end. On Discord?
Yep.
Well, my phone is dead, so. Cool. Cool. Cactuses? Cactuses. There's chairs. So there must be people here. Or there aren't chairs. Right? Perhaps. Push maps? Why did it do that? We're not in a battle. What's happening? Okay, wait a second. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call it here. It's been over 3 hours, which is way longer than we're supposed to do, but it got really interesting and I was invested. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for today's stream. We will see you again next Monday. In the meantime, please stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, eat, sleep, and drink well, wear a mask, wash your hands, sneeze into your arm, don't be nasty! And I will see you in the next one. Celeste,